Don't start yet.
Okay. I'm not live yet.
Good.
Okay. Good morning, Dharma siblings, people on YouTube and Zoom. You should have the Temple Chant book in the chat box, and we're going to start with the 3 refugees. So, here we go. I go for refuge to Buddha, my deeply awakened mind, the living source of understanding and compassion, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I go for refuge to Dharma, the path of mindful living, leading to healing, joy, and enlightenment, the way of peace, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I go for refuge to the Sangha, the loving and supportive community of practice, realizing harmony, awareness, and liberation, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I am aware that the 3 jewels are within my heart. I vow to realize them. I vow to understand living beings and their suffering. I vow to cultivate loving kindness and compassion, and to practice joy and equanimity. I vow to live simply and sanely, content with few possessions, and keep my body healthy. I vow to let go of all worry and anxiety in order to be light and free. I'm aware that I owe so much to my parents, teachers, friends, and all beings. I vow to be worthy of their trust, to practice wholeheartedly so that understanding and compassion will flower, and I can help living beings be free from their suffering. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts. May the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha support my efforts. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts. Next chant we're going to do is the Heart Sutra. We always start with the name of the sutra. Hridaya Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion from the deep practice of Prajna Paramita perceived the emptiness of all 5 skandhas and delivered all beings from their suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is emptiness, emptiness form. The same is true of feeling, thought, impulse, and consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They are not born nor annihilated. They are not defiled nor immaculate. They do not increase nor decrease. So in emptiness, no form, no feeling, no thought, no impulse, no consciousness, no eye, ear, tongue, nose, body, mind, no form, sound, smell, taste, touch, or object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no no ignorance, nor extinction of ignorance, no old age and death, nor extinction of them, no suffering, no cause of suffering, no cease from suffering, no path to lead out of suffering, no knowledge, no attainment, no realization, for there is nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva holds on to nothing but prajna paramita. Therefore the mind is clear of any delusive hindrance. Without hindrance there is no fear. Away from all perverted views, one reaches final nirvana. All Buddhas of past, present, and future, through faith in prajna paramita, attain to the highest perfect enlightenment. Know then the prajna paramita is the great Dharani, the radiant fearless mantra, the utmost supreme mantra, which is capable of allaying all pain. This is true beyond all doubt. Proclaim now the highest wisdom, the prajna paramita. Gate, gate, hara gate, hara samgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, hara gate, hara samgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, hara gate, hara samgate, bodhisvaha. Prajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra. Thank you. All right, so today we talk about meditation. Why do we meditate? So first and foremost, meditation is ancient. Before the Buddha came along, it was a Hindu tradition. You see it a lot in other spiritual traditions. So meditation is kind of ingrained in our being. So where the Buddha came along, he sat underneath the Bodhi tree 2,500 years ago and realized enlightenment. He was awakened. The Buddha translates to awaken, the awakened one. So this is something he teaches, and something I feel like when we come to Sunday service, we always don't talk about meditation, and we have sometimes a 15, 20, 10-minute meditation period practice, and we don't really go into detail. And I wanted to really fine-tune why we meditate, give some good tips and things to help you on your practice. Because even after 6 years of meditating, I still, those misconceptions come up. So the Buddha found, and one of his first teachings was the Four Noble Truths, or they are translated as noble, but another way of thinking of it is ennobling. They ennoble us, which is the first one is dukkha. There is suffering or disease. And a lot of times we think of suffering as like the worst case scenario, but I mean, suffering could just be stubbing your toe or having a bad day. and all the way from losing a loved one. So this first truth that, hey, life is going to be like this, there's a way out of it. There are causes for these. The second truth, that there are causes for the suffering, for the disease. The third is there's a way out. And the fourth is the Eightfold Noble Path. And without going into all the 8 points, the one I want to go into today is right or skillful mindfulness, or meditation. Because that is a huge part of the practice, and it isn't talked about as much, or you hear like on TV, or you see all these apps, meditation, mindfulness buzzwords, where you can kind of get a misconception that meditation is just for yourself or just to help you with stress, which it does, but that's more of a side effect. It's not the goal of meditation. And in reality, there is no goal. As Chögyam Trungpa says in his book titled the same, the path is the goal. So, and with words like goal and in our society, we're kind of driven. And it's like this meditation practice is ancient. And sometimes we think, do we need this in our day and age now? And in my opinion, I feel like we need it more than we ever did, because in our society, we just keep consuming. It's like we're eating a meal and we don't get time to digest. We just keep eating and eating. And the more we eat, the more we indulge. We don't have time to process or to digest all this. And we have this constant state of feeling bloated and not. And it's like normal just to be full. So meditation helps digest, sitting down and getting a time just to be with yourself. So I really, getting into the reasons why we meditate is just to do that, to digest everything throughout our day. You'll find meditation can be, a lot of times people ask you, how long do you want to do it for? The roundabout answer is 20 minutes, but 20 minutes for meditation could be a long time, especially when you're starting out. So I like to suggest even starting with 3, 5, 10 minutes, even some people say 30 seconds, just to sit there and breathe. And I want to go into more of the breathing techniques and stuff a little further down, but getting into it, the Buddha also taught inherent Buddha nature. A lot of our traditions, for myself in the Christian tradition, I kind of taught that we are unwholesome and sinners at nature. And the thing I really gravitate towards the Buddhist teaching is that we all have that enlightened nature within us. Just it's been covered up. We already have what everything we need within us, but it's just been covered up. So meditation helps uncover all that dirt and garbage that we keep piling on. So we're not inherently bad, and you might feel, just based on your upbringing and stuff, that it's hard to even think that you're inherently good. But I just want to say you are, and meditation helps realize that. The Buddha taught the 4 objects of mindfulness, which I'm not going to go into detail all 4, just the first one, but the first one is the body, and that is like your breath. And it's not so much a breathing technique, it's just being aware of your breath, breathing in. You're aware that you're breathing in and breathing out, awareness of breathing out. It seems simple, but you'll find that when you're sitting there, you're thinking of, oh, what am I going to have for dinner? Why am I sitting here? When is the bell going to go off? That's the one that really hits me to this day. Just thinking of reasons to get up. So I really encourage you to sit with your breath. You can sit with your heartbeat, your body. In the Satipatthana Sutra, the Buddha talks about mindfulness of your bones and your skin and all your organs. So getting deeper into that, and that's more of an advanced contemplation, but But there are so many different meditation techniques. And so the body is one for the mindfulness, objects of mindfulness, feeling your anger, your sadness, all your emotions, and being with them, not pushing them away or holding on to them, but just being. And then when it goes to 3 and 4, state of mind and mental contents, that gets a little bit more heady. There's a lot to say about those two, so I'm going to brush over those for now. But I did want to read a practice from the Buddha, and it's called the full awareness of breathing. And it's pretty long, so I'm not going to go into the whole thing. This section comes from Thich Nhat Hanh's Old Path, White Clouds, which I highly recommend. But the few parts that I'd like to read goes as follows. One practice, the first breath, breathing in a long breath. I know I'm breathing in a long breath. Breathing out a long breath. I know that I'm breathing out a long breath. The second breath, breathing in a short breath. I know I'm breathing in a short breath. Breathing out a short breath. I know I'm breathing out a short breath. These 2 breaths enable you to cut through forgetfulness, unnecessary thinking, at the same time giving rise to mindfulness and enabling you to encounter life in the present moment. Forgetfulness is the absence of mindfulness. Breathing with awareness enables us to return to ourselves and to life. The third breath, breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I am aware of my whole body. This breath enables you to contemplate the body and the direct contact with your own body. Awareness of the whole body and awareness of every part of the body allows you to see the wondrous presence of your body and the process of birth and death unfolding in your body. The fourth breath, I'm breathing in and making my whole body calm and at peace. I am breathing out and making my whole body calm and at peace. This breath helps you realize calmness and peace in the body and arrive at the state in mind in which your body and breath are a harmonious reality. Then it goes on to the fifth breath. I am breathing in. I'm feeling joyful. I'm breathing out feeling joyful. And then the sixth, breathing in happy, breathing out happy. These 2 breaths, you cross into a domain of feelings, and these 2 breaths create peace and joy and nourishment of the body, thanks to the cessation of suspension of mindfulness and return to yourself aware in the present moment. Happiness and joy arise within you. And it goes on to the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th, 16th breath. 16th breath is the final breath. I'm breathing in and contemplating letting go. I'm breathing out, contemplating letting go. And just because you can find this, I don't want to be reading everything, but I really find Thich Nhat Hanh's translation of the sutra, because this is actually found in the Angulimala Sutra, the Full Awareness of Breathing Sutra. And it just goes to show that the Buddha has so many different teachings like this that go into the nitty-gritty of what you should be doing with your breath. And if it helps, use it. If it doesn't, don't. There's so many different techniques. I want to get into walking meditation, because in today's day and age, it's hard to just sit down and do nothing. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but if you don't want to start with that part of meditation, walking meditation is a great way to come in and to be mindful and moving, and just awareness of your breath and your feet on the ground, taking slow steps. You can even meditate while you drive if you are conscious and aware of what you're doing. Hey, I'm turning on my blinker. I'm making a lane change. I am getting cut off, I'm upset, but I'm not reacting to that. So I do want to stress the importance of sitting down though, because after, again, we think, hey, I have to clear my mind out. That's another misconception. I can't meditate. That's, I think, one thing I came to this temple because of meditation, actually. The book, Wherever You Go, There You Are by John Kabat-Zinn. I'll keep putting that one out there. That brought me here. It kept mentioning Buddhism and Buddhist meditation. And so when I first started, I had this misconception, I have to be peaceful, I have to have no thought, but really that's not even true. It's a, what's the word? It's a symptom of meditation, but it's, again, not the goal, just to process. It's the digestion of a hard day at work or something someone said to you, just really being able to work through that. And so before we begin our meditation, I think I'm going to start with a little bit of a guided meditation and then transition it over to silence. But before we start that, there's a few analogies from the book Wherever You Go, There You Are by John Kabat-Zinn that I'd like to go over that help me. You see yourself as a mountain, and posture is really important too. Just being straight up. Doesn't matter if you're cross-legged, lotus, full lotus, or Burmese where you have both your feet in front of you. Even if you're on a chair or standing up, the biggest thing is to keep a straight back. And sometimes, like, you'll see your hands come up, and this mudra is a hand position. It's called the cosmic mudra, and it's your two thumbs are touching, or barely touching. You can put a piece of paper between them, and then you put those in your lap, however comfortable. And again, you can put your hands on your knees. I try not to get into positions too much. You want to be comfortable but aware. So the one I like to use is the cosmic mudra that you see a lot of statues of the Buddha using. And then you imagine yourself as a great mountain, and you see your thoughts as clouds. And it's of course, you're going to have the clouds, they're going to pass through. But seeing those clouds as just clouds and letting them pass through, not trying to grab onto them, not grasping or pushing them away, trying to blow the bad thoughts away, just letting them be. And you'll find that when you start meditating, you'll have all these random thoughts coming in, and it does get smaller depending on the meditation, but you don't want to judge your meditation. I think I still find myself doing that today after 6 years of meditation, but there is no good meditation or bad meditation. If you sit, if you're there for 3 minutes, that's, in my mind, a good meditation. A bad meditation is not meditating. But that is a thought that you can have if you're having a difficult time sitting there. Another one is imagine yourself at a train station, and the trains are coming in, are your thoughts, and you're sitting at the waiting at the bench. And it's okay to get on that train and take it, but remember to come back to the station. Come back to your breath. And when it comes to what the Buddha taught, establishing that breath connection is so important. Breathing in, being aware of that in-breath and breathing out. Now, there's other things you can do. Counting your breath is a good beginning method. You can either count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to up to 10, or you can count backwards from 10. My teacher showed me counting from 5 backwards, and that's helped me pretty well. Or imagining a wave coming up when you're breathing in, and then recessing as you breathe out. If you're have more of an imagery mindset instead of numerical. Or imagining a rising sun or a rising moon, and then as you breathe in and breathing out and setting. So there's so many different ways to imagine your breath. And I just wanted to bring that, make it more accessible for everyone, because meditation, and when I find myself not sitting even for 5 minutes, because 5 minutes really helps me. I like to go for 20, but again, the time frame doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's being able to put yourself on a cushion or a chair, or being able to walk for 3 minutes and just being present, being in the moment, being with your breath, with your body, with your heartbeat, and that helps just process your day and your life. And again, it's why the Buddha kept talking about meditation in all of these sutras, and why we're talking about it 2,500 years later, right now. So with that, I would like for you to prepare for meditation. Keeping your awareness of the bell for as long as you can. Something I didn't mention is eyes open or closed. It's up to you. If you have your eyes slightly open, that's the Buddha taught. Or closed all the way. Just be a fixed, not fixed gaze, a very loose gaze. Breathing in. Counting 5. If you find yourself losing count of that meditating while you're meditating, just back to 5 and start over. There is no, again, the counting is not the goal. So as you lose your breath, come back to that number if that works for you. Come back to the top of sunrise. That works for you. The rest of the meditation, I will be silent. And I will ring the bell when time is finished. bow. That was only 15 minutes. Now, do we go with the announcements first or the guidance? Closing guidance. I cannot recall.
Announcements.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do announcements.
Good morning, Sangha. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather Teichi. I'm part of the fundraising committee, and I just want to let you know that we meet regularly, brainstorming ideas of how we can keep the temple moving forward and growing. With that said, I'm going to take a different approach. I'm curious to know why you are here. Whether you've been with us for a while or just a short time, what keeps you coming back? For me, I came here seeking community. What I discovered was Hung Su's hugs when he walked in for Sunday service. Great life conversations while cooking at Gilda's Cup. A live life walks in the woods. Annual camping trips with friends that I met in preceptor's class. Nathan leading in song while washing dishes, and Caleb and Michael sitting down to the piano after our potlucks. Trisha inviting us over for homemade soup. Neighborhood cleanups. There are so many memories. Here I found love, compassion, generosity, and kindness. A community I would have never experienced if it weren't for this temple. You may be seeking purpose, a deeper practice, an avenue for self-improvement. There are countless reasons why we are here. The pandemic has changed all of our lives, and even though we cannot meet in person every Sunday, it's important to remember we're still here. And we have operational needs to keep us going forward. Unfortunately, at this time, we are currently running at a $500 deficit per month. At this pace, long-term, we're not sustainable. Without all of us together, this temple will not survive the deficit if it continues. So please don't become disconnected. This community is a vehicle for the Dharma, a symbol that holds value to each of us for many reasons. So I'm going to challenge you, each of you, to donate $5 per month. If you have the means to do more, to share more, please do so. Together we can stay connected. Together we can keep the temple growing into the future. So ask yourself, what is your reason for being here? Why do you keep coming back? I want to hear from all of you. Next month, I would love to stand up here and give an announcement saying that the deficit has decreased or has been eliminated altogether. You're the reason why I'm here, why I keep coming back. So why are you here?
Thank you, Heather. I have a couple announcements I'd like to make. One is our recovery program, which has helped me out a lot in my practice and my life. We have three, it's on the temple newsletter, but just quickly, we have one on Monday night at 7 o'clock on Zoom. There's a link on the email. There's one on Wednesday night at the Al-Anon Club off college. 6:30 is meditation, 7 o'clock is the meeting, and then Friday morning in Garfield Park. The details are all in the temple newsletter. And the last thing I wanted to say is this, we are meeting on Thursdays mornings, 9:35-ish, when we start meditation in the park. Currently, we're meeting in Midtown Green, and we're discussing the book Old Path, White Clouds by Thich Nhat Hanh. It's been a very good discussion, so I encourage you to join us if you have time or if you're able to. Discussion starts at 10 and goes until about 11 o'clock. Thank you. And I I guess we are ready to do the closing guidance. It should also be in the link on Zoom. If you'd like to follow along. I actually have these memorized, I don't know how to do that, but. For all unskillful actions ever committed by me since of old, on account of my beginning with greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thoughts, now I atone for them all. Vast is the robe of compassion, a formless field of benefaction. I wear the Buddhist teachings for the benefit of all sentient beings. All beings, one body, I vow to liberate. Endless blind passion, I vow to uproot. Dharma gates without number, I vow to penetrate. The great way of Buddha, I vow to attain. If you have any extra time and you'd like to join us for our virtual tea, I would love to talk to you and answer any questions or just have a good chat. Have a good day, guys.